The headlines by-election for Paripa Ward and West Guadalcanal constituency are estimated to cost around 3.5 million Solomon dollars. Victims of the 2014 flash flood held a remembrance ceremony at the St. John Church compound in April Valley. And Honiara City Council and the Police Response Unit officers demolished the illegal structures on the HCC land behind the multipurpose hall and USB Centre. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanao. The upcoming by-elections for Paripa Ward and West Guadalcanal constituency are estimated to cost around 3.5 million Solomon dollars. Eliza Kukutu reports.
The upcoming by-elections for Paripa Ward and West Guadalcanal constituency are estimated to cost around 3.5 million Solomon dollars. Solomon Islands Electoral Commission's CEO Jasper Highwood Anisi told SIBC News in an interview. He said a cabinet paper was submitted for approval of the election dates on Thursday.
This election will cost roughly, for both of them, will cost roughly about 3 million SBD. That is the cost of an election. An election is getting expensive every time, but yeah, for one constituency and one ward, that would be most likely 3.5, something like that. Yes, I think the election timeline was commission approval finished, so number 8 April. GG will make the announcement, and Minister for Provincial Government and Institutional Strengthening will also issue a notice on election for Paripa Ward, and the Governor General will issue a notice for the constituency election for West Guadalcanal. The election will be held on the 4th of June this year. So that's 56 days after the announcement, according to the election timeline.
Mr. Anisi revealed that no voter registration exercise will take place for the Guadalcanal by-elections. He said the Commission will use the voters list from the 2024 national election, incorporating the registration of 17-year-olds from last year who have now turned 18.
So what we have is, we have a system that, if you remember last year, when we call for registration, we call for 17 years old. So what happened is, when these 17 years old turn 18, they will be automatically, their names will appear. So for the current wards, two wards, the Paripa Ward, for the Paripa Ward, we will have additional 26 new voters who were 17 when the registration was happening, and then now they are 10, 18, so they will be added to the roll. And for West Guadalcanal, it should be roughly about 51 new voters for the 3 wards for West Guadalcanal constituency. So total of roughly about 80 plus. Those would be the new additional voter to the list that we had for 2024. So that's the only new additional. So both elections will have the same election date. So Paripa Ward will have election on the 4th of June, so as the West Guadalcanal constituency. I think all the process will be the same. The legal process and some of the administrative processes will be the same. In terms of counting, they will also go through the verification process, especially for both ward and constituency. So the plan is to retrieve the boxes and count it here. So we might look for a space to do the counting. We might depend on the circumstance. As yet, we don't finalize the counting station, but once that comes within the next few weeks, then we will let everyone know about where the counting center will be.
The by-elections came about following the death of Brayley Jim Tavalia, the former MPA for Paripa Ward, and Moses Garo, the former Member of Parliament for West Guadalcanal constituency. For SIBC TV, I'm Eliza Kukutu.
Still on the by-elections, preparations is underway for the upcoming by-elections for Paripa Ward and West Guadalcanal constituency. Solomon Islands Electoral Commission CEO Jasper Highwood Anisi said in an interview with SIBC News. He said their election awareness team was deployed last week and have been conducting talks with voters.
So as we speak, and you rightly stated that there are teams out in the field doing awareness on how to vote. I think voting is still fresh in the mind, and we believe that they still remember what to do, but the difference will be you going into a polling station with only one box and not two boxes, because you have two single elections, but different constituencies and ward. Yeah? So I think that is the message, that you will see a single box, because there's no provincial for West Gwale, and there's no national for the Northeast Guadalcanal Paripa ward.
He added training for the senior electoral officers was also held in Honiara last week. He said they are looking to have around 155 polling officials employed for the Paripa ward and West Guadalcanal constituency by-elections.
I think the preparation is underway. Currently we are having senior electoral officials for Guadalcanal by-election is underway, and we've already appointed senior officials, and also with funding, we have enough funding to support this election. So yeah, and everything is going on well. So actually this is a training workshop, because when we appointed election manager, so the election manager for Guadalcanal province, and the job description of the deputy provincial secretaries, one of their tasks is to conduct elections. So we usually use deputy secretaries, provincial secretaries to conduct elections. So we appointed Mr. Joseph Sua as the election manager. Also with this by-election, we have the opportunity to try out interviewing candidates. So what we do is we go out to the public and ask them to apply, and then we follow the whole recruitment process to interview and talk with them, and then we pick out candidates. So what we do is we have a temporary election workers system. It's a database system in which we it gives scores to all the applicants, and the applicants with highest score, then we shortlist them, and then we interview them on. So basically this team is quite through the merit, but most of them are very experienced election workers. We also have very new people who were taken on board to be part of this election. So we are looking at, so currently we have 7 senior officials. So the training is with the 7 senior officials. That's 1 election manager, and then we have a returning officer, and then we have assistant returning officers. So they are the ones that currently undergo the training. We also have one of the operation manager for Royal Solomon Islands Police with the GP, Guadalcanal Province, who is also in the training. So what we do is we would just training them on their roles and responsibility as per the Act. And also we are looking at getting roughly about 155 polling officials across all the polling stations. So
now, victims of the 2014 flash floods held a remembrance ceremony at the St. George Church compound in April Valley. Alfred Pagepitu reports.
Victims of the 2014 flash floods held a remembrance ceremony at the St. John Church compound in April Valley, organized by the April Ridge Task Force Reform Committee. The ceremony saw the laying of wreaths in remembrance of the 21 lives lost during the flood. Speaking at the event, member of the April Ridge Task Force Reform Committee, Hudson Kwalea, thanked the community members for their participation in making the event.
It's been 11 years now since the flood, and today's event reminds us just like yesterday. However, as the leading body of this April Valley land, the task force today wishes to owe your voice and to speak on your behalf. Firstly, the current task force would like to thank the chairperson of the previous task force for your time and effort in carrying as far.
He also thanked the previous government for their effort in relocating the victim to the new site.
Moreover, the past and the present task force like to have this great opportunity to thank the government members and the opposition group of year 2014, especially the former Prime Minister Gordon Dasililo, DP, Manasseh Mailanga, the cabinet members, Minister of Lands, Housing and Survey, Honorable Joseph Onika, the former MP of Central Honiara, late John Mowet Fugui, and the former MP for East Honiara, Douglas Ete. The task force also like to thank the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of the Melanesia at that time, late Bishop David Funagi, for the successful assurance of requests to the government for the relocation.
Alfred Pangepitu for SIBC TV.
The Honiara City Council and the Police Response Unit officers have intensified operations to demolish illegal structures behind the multi-purpose hall and the University of the South Pacific Centre, in which the land HCC owns. A statement from the council reports the demolition operation, which took place on April 3, 2025, is part of the council's ongoing commitment to uphold building regulations and maintain order within the city. The operation primarily targeted homes built without proper permits on land owned by the Honiara City Council. As a result, several families lost their homes during the action. HCC Law Enforcement Director Mr. Robert Madeo expressed his regret for those affected by the demolitions, particularly families whose homes have been dismantled. Unfortunately, some have lost their homes. He said we must enforce the Honiara City Council Building Ordinance, which categorizes these structures and settlements as legal. The operation aims to uphold the integrity of city planning and public safety standards, which are vital for the community's well-being and sustainable development. Mr. Madeo emphasized the importance of adhering to legal building practices to prevent further homelessness and disputes. As the council proceeds with this action, it urges residents to comply with existing regulations and engage in dialogue about appropriate housing solutions. HCC says it remains committed to fostering a safe and well-organized urban environment for all citizens. The New Zealand government is planning to launch a new education partnership with the Solomon Islands this year. Simon Tavake reports.
After 5 years of supporting Solomon Islands through the Education Sector Support Program, or ESSP, the New Zealand government is now planning a new education partnership with Solomon Islands. New Zealand's Deputy High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, Rebecca Williams, made the announcement during the official farewell ceremony for the ESSP on Wednesday. She said the new partnership will include direct budget support for the country's education sector, with a strong focus on improving learning outcomes.
One fala chapter blow support blow me fala with him ESSP. Him in today, New Zealand him happy for continue as him committed partner for Solomon Islands education sector. With him this fala intention for launching one fala new Solomon Islands New Zealand education partnership this year. Through our new partnership, me fella bride provide him on-system budget support, lo ministry law agreed areas. Me fella by doing support him waka for implementing law Education Act 2023. Awesome education providers and schools must gather resources and capacity or keta need him for fulfilling or keta role for delivering high quality education. Strong in teacher management and welfare for teachers survey improve law waka blow or keta and ready for sharing knowledge blow keta with the next generation. Support in ministry, wakalo data management, for understanding more keta needs law students and teachers, law every village for making good fella allocation, blow resources. Strong in sector coordination, for making investments, law development partners and agencies across law Solomon Islands government, him must waka together. Me savvy that this one, him important to us for new me. Not only imagine him or think him opening blow one fella new classroom or for delivering new school books. Everything him brava important. Now you me deliver him effective education Los Solomon Islands for him save stop long time. And ensure him that you me got him foundations. lo place for Pikanini by able for access and quality basic education.
SIBC TV understands New Zealand has played a significant role in strengthening the Solomon Islands education system over the past 5 years under ESSP. The program officially concluded on Wednesday last week. Simon Tawake, SIBC TV.
Solomon Ports has stepped up its security operations following the launch of its new overhead exit terminal gate. Simon Tawake with more.
Solomon Ports has taken another step forward in modernizing its operations, launching a brand new overhead exit terminal gate as part of its ongoing efforts to enhance security and efficiency. The new gate isn't just for managing traffic flow. It is fitted with a metal detector and breathalyzer designed to detect alcohol on staff or visitors and improve workplace safety.
Heavy gate where every workman or any customer coming to port by come to the gate, and so that one having them checking log there. If I look at them metal detector, and also me follow by potom to breathalyzer machine, so that if you drink alcohol, also detect him and not allow me for coming to the port. So not only of the public but also of the workman too. So time water come or if you suspect him workman maybe alcohol, also detect him water and so him that is for improvement lo gate system here lo. So it's quite an achievement where SIPA have take on board for try and improve every infrastructure in Singapore. It's an ongoing plan for continue for modernizing the whole port development.
The Solomon Ports Chief Information Officer Mr. Paddy says the upgrade has set Solomon Ports ahead of other ports in the Pacific region, with more advanced facilities now in place.
And at the same time, yung Solomon lomba, Port Honiara lomba, we got overhead gate also. A lot of ports in the region, no got gate also. So we are the first ones for got overhead gate. We are during PMTA 2023, a lot of those ports here, they're so impressed with them. What now we do here in terms of infrastructure development in here. So one of those now, it's something gate in the garden.
The newly installed system a part of Solomon Ports' broader vision to transform its services and ensure international best practices are maintained. Simon Tawake, SIBC TV.
Now the British High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, His Excellency Paul Turner, is the new International Commissioner of the Solomon Islands Scout Association. A statement from the British High Commission Office says Commissioner Turner took his oath at Government House on Thursday in a brief investor and installation program. In his remarks, His Excellency Turner says he understands the value of Scouts to young people and local communities, where it offers opportunities for young people to develop a range of life skills. The oath of office ceremony was administered by the Office of the Chief Commissioner before His Excellency, the Governor-General and Chief Scout of Solomon Islands, Sir David Tiva Kapu. And now the latest in sports with Crofton Utukana.
The Solomon Islands Football Federation (SIF) has announced the 12 franchise clubs set to compete in the 2025 season of the S League. SIF's competitions director, Gerald Oyaka, confirmed the list of clubs in an interview with SIBC Sports. The 12 clubs are Central Coast FC, Laugu United, Marist FC, Honiara City, Southern United, Sosa FC, Waneagu United, Junifa 3, Kosa FC, Ibis FC, Malaita Kings, and Greenshield FC.
Yeah, I think board and medium edition is the 12 new franchise club, where we participate in new season. We have started this year, 2025 and 2026, and 2 years franchise season. So a little bit not easy for board for making decision because to follow top club limit or out, and we may have to find new replacements so that also new clubs have come to participate. So yeah, there are 4 new applicants coming. Out of those 4 applicants, to follow now what making through, and then we left with 10 franchise, and we still maintaining the 12 clubs for the new season. So since last season, I'm 12 to this season, I'm 12 for clubs too.
Oyaka also clarified that the board truly verified each team before granting approval for their participation.
Yeah, actually, decent board have based law. One falana is the last season, so last season, I think one for the club and participate come low one season no more, and then him no have completely another club come in. So board make him decision that for the club where him apply come and him no competition, him no on up low contract blame. So that's for a club license for 2 years. Yeah? So that's another decision where board looking. So I think he may give him opportunity for new clubs. So yeah, there are 2 new clubs coming. The 2 new clubs now. One for him Malaita Kings, where I participate last time. I'm coming, and the other one him SIBC, where I'm coming, and the other one Green Seal. Green Seal now him play also real Kakamora last franchise. Him apply as club of its own. So actually there are 3 clubs who are coming, but one for him replacing no more. Him club of own club level.
The new season will kick off on the 19th of this month.
This competition should start on number 19 this month. So we're giving time for the clubs. By Friday this week, close of business, we're expecting every club for submitting registration block because windows and close finish. So we expect all the clubs to submit 25 players and 7 officials block come board by Friday. And also before by giving time for completing registration block. So by 11 of April, every club should pay now registration fee for S-League club senior and also the under 18. So actually this franchise and for youth league, youth team, and also the senior team.
SIBC Sports understands that Solomon Warriors and Henderson Hills FC have decided not to apply for license for the new season. Crofton Otukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.